Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Watch Natalie, spelled Natalee. I am here very late to do your reading, your daily reading for Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. So I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that I have completely fallen off the time loop scale. Remember how I felt like it was the end of June and the beginning of July? Now I've totally fallen off like the time. I'm really like flying blind right now. I mean, it's so intense that I canceled my trip to New York. I was supposed to go to New York like in a couple of days, but I'm going totally on energy, and my energy is not in New York. The weird thing is that it feels like it's in Los Angeles, which doesn't make any sense because I'm not supposed to go to Los Angeles until September. So why I'm feeling like I'm there now, I don't know if it's just because I was there 2 years ago living in Sportsman's Lodge. Like all day I just turn around and I see Sherman Oaks. That's like kind of weird. I just see Sherman Oaks. I was out there negotiating this multi-billion-dollar contract for the actors and negotiating with Warner Brothers and Sony and all those big studio lawyer people. So I don't know if it's that, if it's like a time bleed or what. Speaking of time bleeds, so this is how time works. See, time spirals, goes like this. So what does that mean for energy? What it means is that, number one, you could be like me and just totally, see, I totally need help with time stuff because I'm just like, I'm 100% being led by energy. This just popped out, King of Wands. I'm going to leave it there. I'm still shuffling. That's, I was going to ask who's with us. It's just so weird. I was going to start shuffling and ask who's with us. Who's with us? But it like already came out. The King of Wands is with us. I have very sensitive skin and I just can't stop scratching this. Ugh. So let's just live with it. The Wheel of Fortune is with us. Okay, I guess this is what this is. Is this the masculine energy? Now remember, blur the signs, the genders, and the ages, because all that we care about here is energy. This is a very masculine energy coming forth, and I feel like I've been channeling this wheel. I've been channeling certain things. I've been channeling the honeycombs, like the honeycombs and the hexagons, like that. That's been very consistent. Animalistic sort of things. Like I've been the honeycomb, the hexagon, the feathers, the birds, and the spiders. I channeled the spider yesterday. But the wheel, the spinning wheel and the gears with the teeth that kind of fit correctly, and one gear will turn over here, and because it fits the gears, it causes the gear 25 feet down the way to turn correctly. They're all, that gear and that gear, they're connected, but you don't see it right away. You just see the whole mechanism working, but this person's turning their wheel of fortune is what I'm trying to say. Because they're turning their wheel of fortune, other gears are being affected, and the other gears are other people's wheels. Like it's like if I have a little wheel in here with the little teeth, and you do, and you do, and you do, and you do, and I do something to turn my wheel, and it affects 45 gears down the line, and that's your gear, and your wheel is turning because it's hooked into mine by connection. Does that make sense? By energetic connection. That's what's coming out right now. And so I feel like this energy is either affecting your life, your wheel of fortune, or you are the one turning your wheel of fortune to affect others. But this personality, the King of Wands, he's just so charismatic. So charismatic. This is gonna bother me, but it just keeps itching. Oh, it feels so good to itch, but it's gonna get so much more red. Get ready for it. Okay. Uh, um, it's funny that this is like the color of red. It's like red, fiery energy. The King of Wands is, I get a family man vibe from this guy. I get that he's like the king of the castle. Like he comes home and everyone crowds around him to hear about his day, and he like loves that. And he has the cookouts, and he has people over for the bosses, not even the bosses, but just like people, coworkers. He has everyone over, everyone in the neighborhood over. He's another mover and a shaker. The Queen of Wands, these people are very charismatic. They're very bold. They're very action oriented. They can, what's that? They can walk their talk. They can back up their words. They are not all fluff, all illusion, and all, oh, let's just promise this person the world and then like not do anything. These people, this person, this personality is someone who takes action. Um, when I was with Apple, I can't really talk about it because I signed like they gave me a whole little file cabinet of the paperwork I signed with them, all kinds of non-disclosure agreements, all kinds of confidentiality stuff. But one of the little things that internally is watch me. They kind of train you to say to each other, watch me, as in we're gonna go prove what we can do, what we can do for the company, what we can do for, whatever. So it's like this king, this energy rather, it's like, watch me, just watch me. I don't have to say anything else except watch me, because I'm going to take the action. I'm going to go do it, and you're going to go, that's all. Just keep your eyes on me and watch me. That's what he says, because he's going to go, oh, that's so perfect, because he wants everyone to watch him. He wants everyone to just like look at him to see what he's going to do. Like he loves that. He just gets off on that. He loves saying something like watch me, because he loves to deliver on the action. The action is what drives this person forward. See, this is part of the Emperor card. Now, the King of Wands is one of the kings that make up the Emperor. So the Emperor is sort of like a really evolved, this is the action part of the Emperor, okay? So the flesh, this physical body, it's not the enemy. It's not a negative. It houses the desire. And desire isn't, the spirit isn't the enemy of the flesh. It's its driving force, So these forces that we're channeling, that we're all channeling, these energies, they're running through us, and it's how we steer it and control it and move forward with it that determines our character and determines what we're really capable of. That's why psychic abilities, I tell everyone, psychic abilities is really about controlling yourself. And the people that can really control themselves the most successfully are the ones that make the best psychics that I've trained. The AIT course is cognition training, intuition training, body language training, and psychic training. So it's really getting control of your energies and using that to just manifest change in your life. And then when we get you really, really super strong and healthy, then we send you out to save the world. But this King of Wands is someone who's marshaled their energies really strong in a really dynamic way so that they can take action, that they can perform well, that they can be very impressive. This is a very impressive card, very impressive personality. I'm spending so long on, oh my God, 9 minutes just went like, whoosh, like I just started talking about the King of Wands. But it's this driving force coming through this person that's changing things in the 3D reality. This is action. This is fate. This is destiny. The Wheel of Fortune either brings you up the wheel or it takes you down. It can go either way, but this King of Wands is the one who's controlling where it goes, how it goes up, how it goes up. He's turning everyone's Wheel of Fortune by turning his own. It's like this person really affects a lot of the gears, a lot of the different gears that people have, within. Like if we all have our own little Wheel of Fortune and we're all trying to like turn our own Wheel of Fortune, and then this, this would be like a big, like an owner of a company, a corporation, or the leader of a project, a group project, a team leader. And what they do, the decisions that they make, the actions that they take affect the masses or affects the whole group, affects everybody. So by him turning his own wheel, it sets off all the chain reaction. All the chain reaction of everyone else's wheel turning. Oh, I love this Sphinx. Did you see it come out? Did I hope I saw. I hope I was shuffling it high enough so you saw it. Who's he turning it for? Why is he turning it? Who, what, where, when, how? What's he turning? The Wheel of Fortune. Who's he turning it for? Himself and the Empress. Why is he turning it? For abundance. This is so abundant right here. This is like excess. You know, I had this weird, I actually crossed it off my list of downloads because I just didn't, I got too in my head about it, but I channeled partying. Like early this morning, all I wanted to do was fucking party hard. I mean, driving, I was almost going to drive my ass to the airport, and like I was supposed to go to New York, and canceled that trip because I'm just, my energy's not there. It's really west. I was going to take myself to fucking, who knows, like just go to O'Hare, just like look on the board, just like pick a place and then just go, hope that I'm able to come back, that I don't die out where, you know, I just felt like doing something crazy, but partying and just partying super hard, like having so much, not like get arrested or party hard, but just like, I don't know how to explain it. And I remember, I did not mean like go to a nightclub or go to a fucking dive bar, party hard. I mean like drive to the airport, get on a fucking plane, fucking booze up myself on the plane, and just like, it's the weird, it came out of nowhere because I don't ever think of that. Like it's not ever big, right? I'm like a spiritual person, blah, 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 blah. But it just that came over me. Like, I want to party so hard. And I just like dismissed it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just like, you know, my idea of a good time. Like I went and closed down Joanne Fabrics today. That's like my idea of a great time. Like going to the craft store. And let me just tell you something real quick. I feel like the one thing Joanne Fabrics is missing in every craft store is a bar. Okay? Like people like me, like we're going like, serve me up a cocktail as I'm like pushing my cart through embroidery and through fucking fabric bolts. You know, I'm game. Anyway, sorry, it's huge digression. But this is like kind of it. This is what this reminds me of. This feels like, I mean, the Empress she's like a very high expression of the feminine, for sure. But she's also luxury and abundance and just like wealth and richness. And especially with this Wheel of Fortune card, like these first three cards are like really fucking huge. So it's like, it's like there's an element of the driving force of man. There's an element of this, whatever action this is, being humanly driven. Just funny, like there's a comment on one of my videos, someone just booked a flight and I just like canceled the flight, and it's like we're just going off our guts and going off our own little downloads, right? So everything in its own time, right? So part of this is through human, you know, closing out karmic cycles and making decisions and following through on things, but a huge part of this is that element of fate. This really feels like the portal, the eclipse portal from January to July, like a window of opportunity. And then someone just fucking rides the wave. Someone just like rides the opportunity. Someone just takes the chance, takes the leap of faith. And it really works out. This is so protected. With the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune, whatever this King of Wands is doing, he will be protected in doing this. It will be lucky. There will be an element of chance. There will be something really, really fortunate about this. And it's divinely protected. This chance or this opportunity, whatever this is that he's making for himself, but it's almost like he's capitalizing on an opportunity. Thank you. He's capitalizing on an opportunity. Oh, I just saw it. Another thing that I channeled early today, and it's a bookend of what I channeled yesterday. Yesterday, I channeled a spider in a web. And I said something and it came back today. Web tremors. I felt it. It felt like I was thinking about how I feel so disconnected from time. And I'm wondering if this is what people mean when they say living in the moment. I live in the moment now. I mean, I'm like, is this what it feels like? I'm not stressed about the past. I'm not worried about the future. But on the other hand, it's like I feel like this will be like forever, like now. It's really weird. But what it really felt like and what I saw, everything happens in one moment for me, is it's like I felt in the back and the lower over here in that space over there, I felt a tremor. And I felt myself in my own web. I felt a tremor in my fucking web. That's what this timelessness feels like to me. Like I'm just going on energy. Like I'm just making decisions, being led by energy. And my energy feels like it's really prematurely going to LA, number one. But it's not like super upsetting or anything. Like I'm saying, I'm not like stressed. I don't feel like I'm late. I don't feel like I'm early. So I'm not stressed. I'm like Gandalf. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. So it's not like I'm stressed about it, but it's just kind of weird. But I felt the tremor. I felt a little tug. I felt a little, and just like a spider, I went, so that's what life is like for me now. But it's almost like this. I'm waiting it out, by the way. I'm just waiting it out. Maybe it'll pass. Maybe it's a full moon thing. I don't know. I don't know. Called in for some backup. Maybe they'll help me with timing, but I'm just going to wait it out, see how I feel. This King of Wands, I swear this is all going somewhere. It's like he feels his own wheel of fortune turning and he feels her. He feels his Empress, whether that is an actual feminine female, like she's shaped like a box, or whether it's his own sense of abundance, whether it's his own virility, whether it's his own capabilities, whether it's his own lifestyle change, he feels it. It's almost like he can feel, and it's interesting because he's an action taker. He's very like motivated to be fiery and take action, but yet he has these elements that are like fate and destiny. He's like one of Destiny's children, or like one of fate's chosen ones, or like and you know what? Sagittarian men, not saying he's a Sagittarius, but fire sign, some men like Sagittarians ruled by Jupiter, they just, I've seen them go to Vegas and clean out fucking Vegas. Just fucking, like, some people really just are lucky. Okay? This could be one of those people. Not to say that it was all coming up roses or anything like that, but they could even be perceived as, oh, you're so lucky, everything great happens to you. This is Mercury season, Mercury retrograde season coming up. Haters are going to be coming out of the woodwork. So don't take anything personally, guys, because it's just Mercury retrograde. Okay. Oh, Jesus. That was way too many cards. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I went to go put this back. I wish you could see it, though. I went to go put this back, and I looked, and look at what I saw. Look at the World and the Magician. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence at all. It's no coincidence. Like, I literally just went, this is so clear. This is so freaking clear to me. This is so very clear that someone is really manifesting their reality. The Magician has everything they need to take power from above and through desire, channel it down into a manifested reality. The red and the white, I say this all the time, the red and the white, it's a balance between the pure white lilies of thought and the red robes of carnal desire. He has the cosmic lemniscate above his head. He has everything, he has all the tools that he needs. He has the passion, but he has the will. This is really about will. This is the will and the desire to manifest. They know, they have an instinct about what's up there, and they want to see it reflected in their 3D reality, and they're like, fuck, I want it. I want to like touch it. I want to fucking touch it already. I don't want to just think about it. I don't want to just dream about it. I don't want to just fucking see it in my dreams. I want it here, now. I want to touch it. It's time for me to... Okay, so I got a little bit excited. Speaking of manifesting incredibly intense energies. Okay, everyone. Like I was saying, this is an incredibly specific reading. This daily reading is this is not going to be for everybody. I'm going to point that out right now. Not going to be for everybody. This King of Wands is the first card out, and I channeled before I even got home today. I channeled that I was going to ask, who's with us? Who's with us? And he popped out before I even had a chance to ask. This is the masculine energy, does not have to be male, but someone who's very, very comfortable taking action, backs up the words, remember. Someone who, remember, like Apple says, watch me. He loves that. He loves that feeling of, just watch me do this, right? He's able to manifest. He has all of the tools that he needs to do it. This World card, it's really incredible, honestly. 4 major arcana cards and this King of Wands. The World card is, yes, closing out a major cycle. Yes, it's a karmic reward. But it's also, she's floating within this cosmic egg. It's the feeling you get when you feel like you've conquered the world. This king feels like he has conquered the world because he has conquered himself. Do you see how this Sphinx is sitting on top of this Wheel of Fortune? It's like he had to solve her riddle. She's sitting there, you know, super sphinxy, and he had to solve the riddle internally, in order to get his own wheel moving. And then in effect, he affects all the other gears down the road, down the line, whatever. The world in a future position, if we were reading a spread, would be, yes, these certain things are coming, but it's also to have faith in the dreams that you're having, faith in your vision for the world. The fact that the world is showing up with the Magician is telling me that this King of Wands, he has all of the power and the confidence and the energy to convince everyone else that his vision of the world as it should be, it's like he's able to, it's about convincing people. It's about convincing people about something. In this case, we can say how he thinks the world should be. He's able to convince people of that. This Magician card is just having this real ability to, that's part of manifestation. There's something involved here with convincing other people to jump on board, to agree with what your decision is. So this could be the CEO appealing to boards or investors or something like that, or just like the rest of his business partners. But whatever it is, he's very successful. He's very This is with all of this, this is the highest achievements being met. All of this. The absolute highest. It's the highest vision. Abundance and luxury and success and fertility. There's an element, someone's being very creative within an element of chance. They're seeing, it's like seeing something spin, and then you're choosing your moment to jump in right then. Something's spinning, the wheel is spinning, and you see your moment right then to go in and get it, to go in. He's going in. It could be the eclipse. These eclipses could be his moment of opportunity to go in. Like, remember double dutching? Or that's what it was. We were channeling that there was like an element of like you know, something that there has been a timing issue with this whole thing. And whatever this is, whatever this has to do with, divine timing is on your side. With the magician, see, this is all really protected. This is all really, 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 really protected. What this king is trying, it's like it's almost like this card is behind all of this. It's like this energy is what drives these cosmically sanctioned energies forward. It's like he's able to manifest all of his own ideals, all of his own desires. And he has help. He has a lot of help. He has help from the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, I just saw it. I just saw it. A powerful release of energy. I just saw it. That's what this is. The Magician and the World. When these two cards appear together, there is a powerful release of energy. It's like an electromagnetic. It's like a big. What's that called? No, not electromagnetic. It's an electrical burst, like a big storm, like a big. What was it in the Matrix? I know you're tired of me talking about the same movies, but what is it in the Matrix? The EMP. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know what it was. It would have really hurt my brain if I couldn't figure it out. It's an EMP. It's an EMP. It's a big of energy. Okay, that's what this is. These two cards in a reading, when they show up together, it's a huge, huge, powerful burst of energy. And what king is this? This is the king of action. And there is a massive driving force behind this action. He's able to marshal his energies and control himself. Like I had to control myself after I got all super hyped up on the magician. He can control his energies and bring himself in and say, okay, I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm going to hit the bullseye. Exactly what I want. And he does. He is, I'm telling you, there's something really lucky. He's like, you're a wizard, Harry. You are the chosen one. There's something very, very, that's why I'm telling you straight up, full disclosure, this is not for everybody. This is definitely not for everybody. This is someone, and it's not to say that they've had like a perfect life or anything like that, but there's something about this person taking a very smart risk, or when he turns his wheel inside and it lines up with the gears of everyone near him and it affects 400 people down the row, it works, it pays off. Because he has the right gut, he has his own connection with the remember like in 300, when he says, I just put it up on another video. He doesn't have fear, only a heightened sense of things. Gerard Butler looks way too old. It's so sad. Arnold Schwarzenegger's too old for me. I have like a limit, you know? What's my limit? Like 73. That's my cutoff. If you are older than 1973, it's inappropriate. I'm just kidding. Okay. Or barely legal. I'm just kidding. Oops. Hold on. I'm so sorry. That's like a horrible digression. Okay. The powerful burst of energy. Ooh. Did I tell you about that? What I channeled earlier about sexual magic? Forgive me if this is redundant, but I channeled sexual magic today in a very graphic fashion. She's on top, you know, doing her thing. And right like here, I saw a cylinder, like a cylinder urn. If you're doing a cremation bench and there's like a regular 2 posts and then like the seat, each leg has a cylinder capsule for the ashes, for the cremains. And it's like I saw that inside the woman, but she was like Lady Godiva riding her gentleman, and it's like I saw this white light, like a crystal, just kind of like explode. And it's like when these two come together, there could be a powerful burst of energy. If this applies, if it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply. It's okay. You could just be the King of Wands energy. And I feel like I'm talking directly to you, King of Wands energy, whether you're male, female, whatever. This is the masculine go-getter energy. This is a go-getter. This is a mover and a shaker. This is someone who gets things done. Like they said at Apple, watch me. Let's start the show. Let's do this. Let's do this. This King of Wands has decided that we're past like the decision. We're past the final judgment. This is action time. And it's like he's raring to go. It's like the tiger in the cage, like pacing back and forth. Pacing back and forth, like, okay. Okay. And I'm telling you, I felt the tremor in the web. I felt the tremor of my own web. I just felt a little tug right over there. And he's feeling himself. He's feeling his own ethereal web. He's feeling his own energy field. He's feeling his own sense of divine timing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe if it doesn't apply that this person is super lucky, this person is in tune with it, with like his own inner wheel of fortune, like his own divine timing, his own, or even just good with timing. Maybe he's really good with timing, which would be fucking awesome. Anyone who's good with timing, shit. I'm like flying blind over here. I'm just like, oh, it felt like July. Now I don't know what anything feels like anymore. I canceled my New York trip and la 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 la. So, you know, if it's good. If one of you, if someone in this situation can be great with timing, excelente. But I wanted to get that out. I wanted to get it out that this right here is a very powerful release of energy. And this you should fucking see. Like I'm telling you, he's trying to manifest. He is manifesting in the 3D reality. We're beyond it, trickling down 5D. This is by the time think of it this way. He's turning his wheel of fortune. Remember what I told you about the gears? He started this. He started speaking, taking action, getting over his when Harry met Sally, Rob Reiner, Jewish obstacles, whatever. And if that doesn't apply, then it doesn't apply. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Take it as it resonates in every other area of life. This person, you have already been turning the wheel and making changes, putting up boundaries, standing up for yourself, going after things, taking the leap of faith. And it's already set off a chain reaction. So maybe you're not the 5th or the 6th gear that's going to get knocked and start to turn in a different way. Maybe you're the 400th gear that's going to be affected, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to be affected at all, or it doesn't mean that you're not going to be affected in a really fucking huge way. Maybe there's one big fucking gear, like one big, I keep saying gear, maybe there's one big wheel with all the little spokes, and that's this King of Wands. Could be a figure, it could be a boss, it could be a next employer, it could be a father, a husband, a child, if this is your son, he has a very heroic temperament. Okay, maybe their wheel is really fucking huge and they start turning it and it starts interacting with all these little wheels. But those little wheels still have to turn and turn and turn all the way down the wall to get to your wheel, and your wheel is going to be pretty big. That's you. Take it as it resonates. Switch the roles in the story or whatever, however it resonates for you, okay? But by the time it gets to you, it's going to get to you. So it's almost like, even though you can't see the little gears that are being turned between their gear and your gear, or your gear and someone else's gear, irrelevant. If you are the King of Wands in this situation, you're already doing it. If you're the Empress in this situation, see, the Empress had to evolve first. She had to be the one to start on the 5D reality, everything in she's the real first gear that started this whole thing turning. In the 5D, she had to go through her process and really marshal her energies and control herself. I'm telling you, psychic ability is all about controlling yourself. That's what we learn. That's what I'm teaching. But the Empress is the one who really kicked this whole thing off. She did like most of the heavy lifting, totally fine, don't take it personally. And then she inspired energetically this King of Wands. Did I tell you I've had to re-record this part like more than once because I just got way too excited about the whole magician energy. So I forgot what exactly I told you and what is redundant. So forgive me. Forgive me. Mercury retrograde shadow, great. The fuck was I saying? That was my fault. I'm so sorry. That was my bad. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So the Empress is the fairy tale happy ending. I forgot. I know I didn't say that part yet. The Empress means that it's a fairy tale happy ending. Remember, we read these cards together in a blend. So the way they're all kind of blending, then this is a lot to blend, okay? All these major arcana, this is a lot to blend, okay? But what the Empress brings to this story is that it's a fairy tale happy ending. She really brings this becoming wealthy, becoming abundant, soulmate, success, financial security, more than just being secure. This is not just having what you need to survive. This is having a lot more than what you need to survive. This is being incredibly comfortable. Okay? So this is what this Wheel of Fortune, it's part of what this brings too for someone. It's also, and she will bring gifts to everyone in different ways. All of the gears that are being affected. For some, she will bring financial abundance. For some, she will bring a soulmate. For some, she will bring beauty and grace and love. Does that make sense? So for every, because I'm thinking this is one person affecting many people here. So it's not just a love story. It's not just the King of Wands and the Empress. It's not just one person manifesting everything they want in life. There's a lot of working parts and moving parts to this. And that's why I'm telling you this is not for everyone. Some of you, it's either going to be really, really, really resonating or very entertaining just to watch me get all, about it. Either way, you're welcome to stay. Bring your Scooby snacks, la-di-dee-la-di-da. But I wanted to stress that with this World card, you can have confidence. In case you are this masculine King of Wands watching me, you have the confidence and to keep going because you are divinely protected. I've said that before, but I'm saying it again. You are divinely protected and you will sway. If there's anyone that you need to sway, the Magician gives you that ability to sway people to think that your vision, your outlook is the right way to go. It's the right thing to do. Hold on. Oh, you're so charismatic. I just saw it. I just got into a little bit of like the presentation or the meeting or the Oh, you're going to be great. I feel like for some of you I'm a little late actually. I feel like for some of you you've already done this part. Like it's already happened. You already convinced someone to see things your way, or you already weird. Okay, guys, I'm peacing out. I'm peacing out. With this, I end my reading. If this is, I don't expect this to resonate with a lot of people, but if it is resonating and some, I'm telling you, sometimes I can read for just one person. So if it is resonating and you really want to get more granular into your own story, just book me for a personal reading and we'll pick up your energies specifically and get more specific into what's going on with this. Okay, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow.